the bloodlust.
Me too.
I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello there, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 230 of the program. Tonight we're talking about Insidious, The Red Door. The final entry into the Insidious franchise?
I think we all
Question
know
mark?
that it's not going to be.
There was an after credits thing we didn't stay for, but...
Oh, was there?
Uh-huh,
Shit.
yeah. Oops. I was ready. Anyway, my name's Amy. I'm your fearless leader. That other voice you hear is
It's
Jamie,
me.
my co-host. Hello,
It's-a-me.
friend. It's-a me, Mario.
Mario.
That other voice you hear snoring in the background is
Aw.
my foster dog, Dougie.
Dougie.
I have 3 dogs in the room with me today while recording just because Dougie needs to be close. And I don't know how he'll be if he's not. So please try to ignore the snoring and piglet snorts that you might hear. Sorry.
And I
in
have
advance.
no dogs in here with me, but one large fuzzy cat.
Who may scream.
Yeah, he's been, I'm not even going to say it, but he's been quiet today.
Oh. Well, I like to hear him.
Keep it up. Yeah, he's been very, very yelly lately.
Old Caesar.
Little weirdo.
So it's summertime. Been very warm lately. We've had some nice thunderstorms.
You know I'm loving that.
Mm-hmm.
Last
too.
year I feel like we got screwed.
Royally screwed. But this year's been pretty nice, especially this past week. Mm-hmm. It's been a good time to sit on your porch and read.
Oh, yes.
I have been reading a book by, Peter Straub. A book called Julia. Peter Straub's the guy who wrote Ghost Story, which is a really good ghost story.
Oh, okay.
Go figure.
Shocking.
Yeah. It's a good one, though. There's not enough women in it, but other than that, I really liked it. So I got a thinking for our roundtable question. Why don't we talk about some good summer reading horror novels? Something for you to like sit and read when you have a lot of free time. Could be summery themed. Doesn't have to be. There are some books I just associate with summertime because that's when I read them. Mm-hmm, but they're not necessarily about summer. Can you think of some good ones, Jamie?
I'm sure I could. I can. I would recommend reading and watching Jaws in the summer. It's really kind of my perfect, which I was just saying to Amy the other day, that I need to get my annual Jaws viewing in before summer's over.
Yeah.
But as much as I absolutely love the movie, the book is also really, really good. Like, it's probably one of my favorite books. So I would probably highly recommend that. This is maybe the first summer in a while I haven't restarted and gone through all the Harry Potters. Been spending my time with other things, but usually I'm just like, I'll just read the first one because that one's fun. And then it just keeps
fast.
going, and then I can't stop. So I haven't done that, but I would recommend that just because that's such a good one to get sucked into and sort of lose track of time, and then you just keep going.
You think you could read all the books in one summer? I don't think I could. That's a lot.
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Very impressive.
I could read all of the books in a month.
No.
Yes, I
Really?
could. Mm-hmm.
How many pages is
If
that?
I had the time, I absolutely could. I'm a very
Jesus.
fast reader.
Yeah. Damn. I was thinking about some good horror books like Oops. The Ruins. I couldn't think of
familiar with Oops.
Oops, I did it again.
Oops, The Ruins. Yeah, The Ruins, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Or what's that one that we listened to? The audiobook of that was real gross. Like the camp on an island.
The
Was
Troop.
it Nick Cutter? Yeah.
That was Nick Cutter. That's a really good one. And The Ruins is a really good one because it takes place on a vacation and is a fun, pretty fast read. I've read that one a couple times now just because it's a fun, fast read.
Yeah, I think I've read it twice.
And the movie's pretty good too. I also thought of The Elementals, which I know I've talked about a lot on this program, but it's about a summer vacation and is great and takes place at beach houses. So it's in keeping in theme, but is very scary.
Okay.
And it's short, so you could take it on like a couple day trip and read it.
Nice.
And then another one I was thinking of, maybe because I read it in the summertime, is Hell House by Richard Matheson, which is more of a haunted house kind of story, but it's still really scary. And he had to have been a big influence on Stephen King because I could feel a lot of stuff that you get in every Stephen King novel.
Okay.
In this.
Interesting.
It goes there too. It's pretty raunchy and pretty violent.
All right.
All the good things for summer.
Tell me more. Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me more. So listeners, what are some good horror novels that you can recommend? I'm always looking for new stuff. Give them to us. We'd love to hear them.
I'm always looking to add things to my Goodreads to read list that I won't ever get to. This has been a very not book heavy, not reading heavy year for me.
I'm a couple books behind on my reading challenge this year.
Yeah.
Because I read that Blackwater saga by Michael McDowell, and it was really long, and I'm not a fast reader. I like to savor.
Yeah, I don't know if I even can. I just devour.
That's how I am when I eat food, but not when I read books.
I'm the opposite. Weird.
All right, well, shall we start talking about the movie at hand? Insidious, The Red Doer.
I guess.
All right, Jamie. Tell us the stats, please.
All right.
Mwah.
This here Insidious movie was directed by Mr. Patrick Wilson himself. It was written by Scott Teems, stars Ty Simpkins, Patrick Wilson, and Rose Byrne. Rated PG-13, runtime 1 hour 47 minutes. Released July 7th of 2023. And on Rotten Tomatoes, critics are giving it 37%, and audience 70%.
Wow.
That's a something.
That's accurate. So what is this one about? This one kind of takes off from the events of the second movie, which is good because I rewatched the first and the second one, but I didn't have time for 3 and 4 before I watched this. And they're prequels, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, true.
So this one is again about the Lambert family, Josh and Renai and their kids, Dalton and the other one. So
that's definitely the kid's name.
This is 10 years later. Josh and Renai are divorced, and Josh is estranged from the sons. And after a college class rekindles repressed memories for Dalton, he and the rest of the family must again contend with the malevolent creatures from the further, seeking to assume their bodies. If you recall, they had their memories of their ability to astral project while they sleep wiped by Elise.
Yes.
Actually, no. They were wiped by that other guy.
Oh, by Carl?
Carl. Thank you. Yeah, because Elise was dead. I always forget that Elise dies at the end of the first Insidious. So every time I watch it again, I'm
Spoiler
shocked.
alert. Yeah.
Well,
I'm just kidding. If you're listening to this about this Insidious, you've seen the first one.
This is Patrick Wilson's directorial debut. How do you think he did, Jamie?
Okay. Well, I think directing wise, it wasn't bad. I think there was some cool. I think he did some nice stuff. I don't think he's bad as a director. I think the writing of this movie and the plot and all of that was not great. Like, I didn't know it was an hour and 47 minutes, but it absolutely felt every bit of an hour and 47 minutes. It felt longer.
Pretty long. Yeah, it meandered.
In my opinion, the best part of the movie was the very beginning. I don't know if you remember that sequence where it's like the kid, it is obviously his drawings progressing, like how he drew the art of stuff like that.
Oh, you're talking about like the credits, the opening titles.
The very opening titles.
Okay.
Like it peaked early for me. I just thought that sequence like was super cool. But also like I like art stuff and I like drawing and I like to see, like, it was very cool to just see the progression of like a kid drawing what he's seeing to then like
as he gets older,
a college aged young man like drawing more elaborately and like putting more of like personality into it and stuff. Like that was just a very cool series of scenes.
And of course we saw the drawings in the first and second movie too. They were part of it.
After that, I think it just really kind of, I don't know. It was like it fell flat and then it just stayed there for me. I didn't really find anything scary. I love the snoring.
All night long.
Yeah.
All night long. He's a great snuggler, but whoo, my sleep has been not great.
Yeah, I didn't really find any parts scary. Even scenes where they went to the further eventually, like, they just didn't seem to hold that like same tension and like intensity that they do in the first movie or even the second one to an extent. It just felt like they're just going to like an empty room with smoke on the ground. Like it just felt
there wasn't a sense of imminent danger like there was in the previous movies.
I think that's probably like, speaking of his directing, like those parts I thought were the weakest.
I think that might be partly his fault. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, because that's not necessarily like, I mean, I guess you would have to specifically write or say that this is exactly what the room looks like. This is how I want to see it. Like I would.
That's not the fault of the writers. Yeah, that's the fault of the directing and the editing. That's the director, what they want to see and how they want to see it and how they think it should be portrayed. And I don't think that was successful. I don't think that looked good. I don't think it was scary. I did think, like the scenes with the son in the art class going through things and sort of like the memories of the further and the stuff that had been wiped away or repressed, that slowly coming back. I thought all of that was done really, really well. Like I liked how that was shown. That they chose to reawaken that his memories that way. I thought that was kind of cool. The
same here. I thought that was
kind
neat.
of thing.
And I did like, trying to think, like I liked the scenes in the dorm room. I always love the scenes in almost, I think, as far as I can remember, all the Insidious movies. I love the scenes when they actually do the astral projecting. Like, I just think it's just such a neat concept. So when he like projects and realizes he can do this again, like it's coming back to him, and then he walks upstairs to his like former dorm mate's room and like plays on her, like I thought all that stuff was very cool, but I liked seeing that in all of them. So
well, it's a cool idea. It's what made those movies so interesting in the first place. Is
for sure.
Instead of a haunting of some kind, it's something more interesting.
Yeah, I thought, as far as like acting goes, I thought everyone did pretty well. Like in this movie, I don't really have necessarily. I thought the kid was great.
I mean, usually when I was pleased that they cast the same kid because it's neat to see them both grown up, but the other one was not nearly as good of an actor.
No.
Luckily, he wasn't given as much to do, but he didn't turn out to be as good of an actor as this other kid did.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a good job.
I thought
I didn't think that he was given a whole lot to work with, but I think he did a good job. And I think that the girl, it was nice to see somebody not white in an Insidious movie. Yeah. Finally. And I think that she was funny and I liked her.
I did like her.
But the movie had a dour kind of feeling because of Patrick Wilson being sort of the center of a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was just kind of dour and depressing. The way what had happened to that family.
I think that outside of like how the further was shown or portrayed in this movie, I thought the third act, or like the last part of it, was absolutely the weakest. Like, it had some serious issues. I kind of hated it. So it like, by the time it was over, it just left a real like sour taste in my mouth. Like, I'm like,
me too.
Like, oh my God.
It was so messy. And
it was messy, and it
was like they didn't even care, and they just wanted to finish it.
That's and that's where I feel like it was not necessarily anything to do with directing. There was stuff I missed, like the James Wan focus pulls and some of the cute like camera trick things that you come to associate with James Wan. I missed those. I will say there were it seemed like there were a lot of jump scares that were thrown in or included that just didn't work for me. There was one in particular that got me. I don't know if you noticed, but I definitely jumped.
Which one?
I was just gonna say I don't even remember which one it was. But the majority of them just felt like ham-fisted. Like they're just.
I thought. But I think
that's also kind of a trope of these sorts of movies now, where it's like you see something in the back, and then you kind of assume it's going to get closer, and then
it does,
and then it does, and the music gets loud,
like
and it's like
these movies. That's part of the reason why this movie has a 37% fresh with critics and a 70% with audience, because people like that, and this is the kind of movie that high school kids and even adults will go see because they are expecting those scenes,
right?
And I think part of it, because I went back, like I said, and watched the first and the second one, and I think part of it is us too, and that we are more accustomed and more kind of weary over these things.
It could be,
because
but usually I don't know. I feel like even especially with jump scares, unless you're using the same thing each time, so I get bored with them, these just felt lazy.
Okay.
I just don't think they were, although obviously seeing 70% audience, it very well could just be us.
There was only one other person in our theater, so it was hard to say.
Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't, I will say I did not have high hopes for this. So it's not like I went into it with really high expectations, because much like this movie, I think the Insidious franchise peaked early. And like many franchises do, but the first one is just, it has such a special place in my heart because I loved it so much, and it did the cool thing. They're just never going to get that same sort of effect on people that reveal in the first one gave, when it was
the tiptoe through the tulips.
That, and just the reveal of the astral projection, and how the
guy's face behind Patrick Wilson, and
and then how it was actually him traveling, astral projecting, that did certain things.
Well, that's the second movie.
Okay, so then the first two then are, I think that's where it should have stopped. I guess is what I'm saying. So Patrick Wilson, I think he did all right. I don't think it was a terrible job. So I would say he's probably pretty, could eventually be pretty skilled as a director. I think he had a rough plot and story and movie to try and work with. Because I think there was a lot that was just lacking. I don't know. And it was just too damn long. Before you even get to them sort of remembering the astral projection stuff, or that coming back, it just felt like such an insane family melodrama. There was way too much of that. It's this isn't what people are coming here to see.
They're asking a lot of audiences to be invested in this family right away.
Right. And obviously, according to Rotten Tomatoes,
they're
They
liking
are.
it. Yeah, I guess so. And maybe I'm underestimating the amount of people that like this franchise. I always thought this was kind of like the plucky little franchise that you and I liked, and that was
Yeah.
about it.
No, I think it's pretty well known by this point, and like lots of folks are into it.
I gotta say, I missed James Wan. I missed his touch, and I missed the comic relief. I know that a lot of people are annoyed by those two, Specs and whatever the other guy's name is, but I missed them. It was cute to see the YouTube video of them, but they kind of helped relieve some of the darkness of the family stuff in the other movies. So it would have been nice to see them more in this one.
Yeah.
But I understand why, because I mean, Lee Winnell was the writer of the first one and stuff, and he wasn't as involved in this one.
Yeah.
So I get that it was just, down to a cameo and a cameo from Lin Shaye. But then another thing that I really like about this franchise is the amount of use they made of women that were older, with Lin Shaye's character, with Barbara Hershey's character.
Yep.
And this one, again, I know you can't keep bringing Lin Shaye's ghost back, but we could have...
But they did.
Well, they did, and they could have used her more, and we could have at least had more with Renai, with Rose Byrne's character.
She was barely in it.
These movies were kind of the linchpin of the movies, and this one is more about the son and Patrick Wilson, and I didn't really like that as much, I guess. I missed the female presence in it.
Yeah. I honestly... Maybe that's bad of me. I honestly didn't even notice it. I think because I was just uninterested pretty early on.
Yeah, I was uninterested too. Maybe
like
that's why I had time to think about missing Lin Shaye. That was just a thing that I liked about the Insidious movies, that this 60-year-old woman is the superhero in it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got a lot of problems.
It had a lot of problems, for
but
sure.
It obviously has some fans, so...
I liked the artwork in it a lot. I thought that drawing
that was
of the
cool.
door with Patrick, the way that he drew Patrick Wilson's face and stuff, that was really good. I really liked the style of that.
I liked how that was shown. I like how that was sort of the reveal of a repressed memory that was misinterpreted, because
that was actually pretty elegantly done.
Yes, I thought that was maybe probably one of the coolest parts in this. And I love how it looked, and I love how it came so closely or soon after she's talking about the painting of Saturn devouring his child.
Yeah.
And I just, that part was very nice, and that painting looked super cool. I'm with you. I thought all the art stuff was very cool. But
yeah, they just botched the
whole,
action of it. And they really didn't make the bad guys very threatening or scary.
No, not at all.
And they kind of played with the physics and the logic of the further a little bit more than I would have liked.
Yeah, when we start talking about end stuff, I'll get into it more. But that was part of that was one of my biggest issues with how that third act played out. Was the further was just not a cool or creepy place anymore. It just, it was messy. It didn't make sense. The logic of it wasn't there. So even though astral projection in and of itself is kind of an, for most people, an out there concept, and portraying it in some way is difficult, but they did it well in the first two movies. In this one, that just wasn't nearly as strong, and I think that it just made that whole concept really just fall apart for me.
Yeah, it had a decent internal logic in the first two movies, and it just kind of fell apart in this one. Although I will say, going back and watching them after several years recently, they're pretty messy too. I just have a special place in my heart for them. But they are also, especially the second one, the third act gets pretty messy too.
Okay. Well,
it's still better than
too
this.
Forgiving of those two, but
But whatever, just let
think
them
that
be in your
messiness-
memory nice.
Yeah, the messiness of this one is a little more noticeable. Like
That's true.
it's harder to ignore.
Yes, I agree.
And I do think that is mostly attributed to the story and the writing. Mm-hmm. So while there were some falters with directing in some aspects, I think that was stronger than the writing.
Yes. I guess so. I missed James Wan's touch, though.
Well, sure.
The
But I mean,
gentle touch of James Wan.
he didn't direct this one. So I can't compare a non-James Wan
No.
movie to a James Wan one.
Well, I am. I'm comparing them, and they're not as good.
And that's fine. I'm trying to critique it on the merits of just Mr. Wilson.
On its own. On
its
Mr.
own.
Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But if
Right.
had to just give my preference of all of them overall, yes, I will take the James Wan ones.
Yes. Because you're not a fool.
Because I'm not an idiot. Yeah,
Yeah, because you were born at night, but not last night.
right. It was 2 nights ago,
It was 2 nights ago.
obviously.
So let's get into some spoilers. You know, I was wondering about the idea of when Carl wiped their memories. He didn't do you remember? Did he do everybody, including like the mom and the other son?
No, because the mom knew.
Then what?
Oh, you mean Barbara Hershey, mom?
No.
Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
No,
like,
because she knew. She told Patrick in the movie.
so
Not Patrick, whatever his name is, Josh.
how did they explain dad going crazy and stuff to the other son who didn't have his memory wiped? And how come he never talked to...
I don't remember if they didn't. I don't remember if they did it to the younger son.
I guess we have to assume that they did, because if they didn't, there's no way that he and his brother had never discussed the time that dad tried to murder them.
I mean, either we're supposed to assume that he was too young.
He wasn't that young. He was like 7.
Okay. So then that's not the case. Then he has to have been included in that. But Rose Byrne definitely wasn't, because she explains it to Patrick Wilson in this movie.
Yeah. So tell me...
So it was probably him and the 2 kids.
That's fine. But that's weird.
Fine. Yeah,
Fine.
well, I don't know.
So tell me your issues with the third act in more detail now.
Okay.
And
so, go. 1, I absolutely fucking hated that, like, the son is trapped in the further in some room that I don't remember seeing before, but I haven't rewatched them. That he's, like, chained up in there. We don't really even see the stretch in between him going into the further and him being locked up in that room.
That's true.
It's just, like, a series of shots, like him upside down, all these things. The sequence of events doesn't make sense to that.
It's like, you can cut stuff together, but that doesn't replace a logical progression of events.
Thank you. Yes. And then not only that, but like all of a sudden, Patrick Wilson's character, Josh, is now in the know about his astral projection ability. And despite that being sort of a new revelation or remembering for him, he's immediately able to go into the further, find exactly where his son is, rescue him, and then like hold the door for him. It was so stupid and so like unbelievable that it took away any sort of like tension those scenes had to me anyways. Like, it was just super messy.
It was very messy.
And then like the son is possessed while he's in his dorm room with his friend, and we're supposed to be scared that it just like every so often the light turns on and he looks creepier and he's like staring at her. There's no stakes or anything. Like, she gets choked at one point, but like she comes back. Even Patrick Wilson, like, we're led to believe that he's gonna die and sacrifice himself. That would have been a better ending.
It would have.
Leave it at that. Like, but no, then he comes back. And it's like, okay, so what was the danger here? Like, what were we supposed to be like worried about? Because really, in the grand scheme of things, like nothing really happened.
It was kind of the same. It was a little bit similar to 2, where they get in there, and once they go into the further, and he's going to like look for him and rescue him, and it becomes more of a physical place, it becomes less scary and stops really making a whole lot of sense.
Also, I feel like the subplot of his dad was completely unneeded.
I kind of liked it because we never talked about it before, and if his son has the same thing, it stands to reason that his dad would, and it's interesting to think that that's what happened to his dad, and mom would never have told him. I don't know. I kind of liked that.
I guess maybe I'm just thinking that like they didn't need to spend so much time on that.
I wish that it had been present in the other movies to tie it in somehow. Something at least about, well, what would dad have done? And then he
like shows up in the further. Mm-hmm. And it's just like this sweet moment of like, oh, hi, dad. And like smile. I don't know. It was, and then he sees Lin Shaye and she says stuff to him.
Oh, like appears to him in daytime. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
They just wanted to have an excuse to bring her back again, I guess.
I mean, I guess, but like, it didn't make sense.
You should have had her be the hero again instead of Patrick Wilson.
Right. Why bring her back like that?
You're right. It doesn't really make a lot of sense that like he would immediately remember how to do that stuff.
Yeah,
I guess that doesn't.
She tells him, and she's like, "This is what happened. We wiped your brain. We like Men in Black wiped your memory, and you weren't supposed to know how to do this. So I'm going to tell you about it, and then immediately you're going to remember all of the details of how to do this. You're going to know exactly how to navigate the further. You're going to know exactly how to get to the room where your son is. Like, no, how, and why?"
Yeah.
So,
I was disappointed.
It just fell apart a lot for me at the end. I mean, it wasn't working up to that point for me, but the end is when that sealed the deal. It was like, nope, nah, I don't like it.
I don't like it. So what do you want to rate it?
I'm probably going to rate this like a 2.5.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend it only if you're like a completionist. And
I don't even think, I mean, shit.
But I don't think it's needed.
I don't think it brings anything to the...
Exactly. I don't think it adds anything to the Insidious story. I think it was just an excuse to make another movie in the franchise. Although, again, if 70% of audience are fans of it, obviously there's a large group of people out there who were into this movie. So
I guess I'd recommend it to teens or tweens. Yeah. Just because it's PG-13 and it's hard to find stuff that's PG-13 that's even the least bit creepy in the theater. So
I'd recommend just watching the first one.
Yeah, instead of this, because we should recommend something instead, I would say the first 2 are on HBO. You could watch them in an evening and, they're not great. They're solid 3s.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it, I guess, to say for sure. But that first one, I just loved so much.
It's got great moments. It really does.
Yeah.
I guess the first one I'd maybe give a 3.5.
Yeah. But this one is just...
Unfortunately, no.
Not a fan.
Me neither.
But I do think Patrick Wilson deserves to, have an opportunity to direct something else. Because I think there's some skill there.
I don't know. He didn't wow me.
I don't know. I thought it had some nice parts, but Scott Teems?
The screenwriter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't wow me.
That definitely didn't wow me.
No. So listeners, let us know what you thought if you went to see this in the theater. I might have liked it better if I had been in a big group and people were reacting. That's usually helpful.
What was there to react to?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe other people would have found it scary. It's hard for us to gauge things like that. It's too bad you can't take tolerance breaks.
Yeah, that'd be real nice.
So, for our next movie, there's one that I have been waiting to see for,
Itching
I don't
to
know,
see.
itching to see for several months now. I keep thinking it's going to come out sooner than it is, but it's finally coming out July 28th, and that is the new A24 picture, Talk to Me, which I have seen the trailer for, and it looks creepy. It's going to be out in theaters, so go see that, and then listen to our episode on it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. I've been hearing lots of good things about it, that it's scary.
We usually get... The track record with A24 is pretty good.
It's pretty good. If nothing else, we get weird, and I like weird.
I love weird.
But people are saying this one is scary.
Okay, well, we'll be the judge of that.
We will be the judge of that in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening to Dougie snore. He's enjoyed snoring for you. 3 little
Precious
curly
boy.
baby. Oh no, boss left. I only have 2 babies now.
Oh. He gone.
Yeah, he don't need me. All right, Jamie, thank you for joining me for this. I enjoyed speaking with you more than I enjoyed watching the movie.
Yeah, ditto.
But I'm excited about the next one.
Me too.
Good. All right, thanks for listening. Until next time, I've been Amy.
And I'm Jamie.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Hail Ratma.
Forever hail.